And we're live. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this exclusive Sandbox roadmap presentation to all our landowners. This is the first time that we're doing this event for our community. We are going to share with you a lot of exciting news. Hopefully, we are going also to take a little moment to see where we are now, the success of Sandbox, and you will get to meet some of the team members as well who are contributing and building the metaverse with us. They will present the different features and exciting things that you'll learn more about today. And finally, we'll also spend a lot of time together with Q&A, trying to answer your all the questions you might have and establish a new process where together we share more news and you are one of the first informed about what's going to happen in Sandbox in the upcoming months. Without any further ado, let's jump into the presentation. So we have first, we're going to start with a presentation, then we'll jump to the Q&A. All right, so the agenda for today will break down the presentation into 4 parts. We're going to present you some of our main objectives and the timeline attached to them. We'll start with an introduction, then we'll move into the create part, then the play part, and finally you'll get to see about the roadmap. Also, just quick comments. You can ask us questions, we can display your comments, so we see what you post on YouTube. So if you have already some questions, post them there. We'll get back to them at the end for the Q&A session. All right, we're going to start with the introduction. We'll see and learn also some of the team members who are with us. So before jumping straight, let me show you the faces of our team. So we have Arthur, our CEO, we have Bush, our Chief Product Officer, we have Thibaut, our Head of Art, and we have Marcus with us, our Director of Marketing. They are here and they will be also answering and presenting today. Back to the slide, up here.
All right. Thank you so much, Seb. Nice to meet you, everyone. So first of all, congratulations, and thank you so much to be part of this amazing journey together. So I just wanted to maybe re-explain a little bit how this journey has been so intense, so amazing for the last 2 years. I think you have found the popularity of the metaverse growing all over the news. So I wanted just a quick recap about why Sandbox is a metaverse, how different Sandbox is from other metaverses. So the metaverse is, I think, a paradigm that is born in sci-fi literacy through Ready Player One and other fictional stories. But the last years, probably because of the pandemics, we understood that people are spending and will spend a significant amount of time behind the screen creating a new digital identity. So I think the metaverse is the idea that we're going to create an avatar. So it's going to be an avatar-centric experience where we will need to build characters with emotion, with creativity that will make us enjoy this new kind of experience. So I think, like, how is Sandbox different than other metaverses? I think first, in terms of content, all the content that is made on the Sandbox is user generated. So it means, like, all the NFTs. And it's probably because of the tools, and we'll probably discuss this later, is we are giving you the tool to create NFT. So we are like NFT maker. Everything you can see in the metaverse are made by our community. So the content is user-generated content. So Another, I think, specificity for us is like we really want to bring real world IP in the virtual world. So you may have seen some IP like Smurf, Atari, Care Bears, but we have many more coming. So we really want to build a map, build a virtual world, build an experience where you see your favorite artist, you see your favorite brand, your favorite show, and can enjoy it all in one place. So imagine like if you see your favorite artist joining and buying a land, then it's going to be so fun to be able what this artist will do and how you can interact with him in his land. In terms of experience, we are very much gaming native. So also that's probably a big difference with other metaverse that may be more social. Like what we really want to build here, we believe in games, we believe in fun. So like I think what would make a fun metaverse is a place you can play as you play on any other games. You can level up, you can fight, you can collect, and basically using all our experience in gaming for the last 15 years, building for you a full an experience where like all those gaming mechanisms work together. About the blockchain, I guess we all believe this is probably one of the biggest disruption of all time on different level. So building Sandbox on top of Ethereum is definitely really exciting. Why? Because first, I want to thank the Ethereum community. Like it's a very strong community, very active. There are some issues with gas fee. We may mention it later, but like we are very excited to bring to gaming, to virtual world, a decentralized system where anything are tracked and decentralized. It means like the first, I think, benefits we all see is ownership, like building digital ownership using the blockchain. But we do believe also, like over time, through governance, DAO, and the different kind of renting system, that the blockchain and the use of the smart contract will increase the level of experience. The last point, the economy. So if you look at gaming, you had different wave of monetization in gaming. The first one was 25 years ago when we, some of you may remember, we go to a physics stores, you buy a $25 to $60 box, and you play. Then 10 years ago with social and mobile gaming, we all discovered the freemium model where basically everything is free. You install an app for free, but then inside you have to pay. So here we believe it's the third wave of monetization that we all call free to play. But the way we want to build a free to play experience here, it's not like esport or like you come, you play and you earn some money, but more like building a circular economy where you have different kind of profile in the Sandbox community. You have the artist, you have the landowner, you have the players, and you have the sand owners. And the idea is like all those profiles together build an internet economy of the game with new kind of job, new kind of activity. All this economy is based on sand. So sand is a utility that enables you to play, to create, to trade, but also to govern the world. So if you look at World of Warcraft or Lineage or MapleStory, those virtual worlds exist for decades, and the way they are played now, it's very different than the way they used to be played at the beginning. And so my point here is like, when we're gonna grow this virtual world, the importance of governance and the way like sand owners will be able to make some decision in the development, but also in the foundation, will be key. So I let Seb go on, and again, thank you so much for your support.
Thank you, Arthur. One thing I'd like to add as well is like how we are creating new jobs, and at the beginning, we're all at the beginning of this. So you as landowner will also be able to find talent to contribute to building and also develop the whole economy behind. And that's one important aspect we're going to see today. Now, let me share some recent news. Obviously, you've seen this week, we had a lot of momentum about the latest land sale, and we've been welcoming major innovators, tech and gaming partners as well. We still have about 52% of our map to sell. We'll be continuing land sale over time. We expect to sell 100% of the map by the end of 2022. But as you can see, the average value of land has been increasing on secondary market, essentially, increasing 10x. And as such, it's already showing there's more and more demand and traction around it. Talking about traction, I don't know if you have noticed, but in the media, in the news, the Sandbox is appearing more and more. So we have both digital article, online article on online venue like Decrypt or VentureBit. Even on CNBC, we've been streamed and presented around the metaverse and the opportunities that lie around land. And also in physical paper, as we appeared recently in the Wall Street Journal. And I hear there will be more article and TV appearation in next week as well. Now, well, I want to highlight why is land valuable, and how we will help you to make it more valuable as well by being part of our community. The first phase, I think everyone is familiar. It's building your permanent presence, having your logo, choosing a location, choosing the number of lands for the project you have and you want to develop, and essentially presenting the concept of virtual real estate with the ownership of the land location as an NFT, the customization that you can already do by putting the title, the description, the URL to your land, and most importantly, your logo if you own an estate. The second phase, which you'll learn more about today on this roadmap, is how you're going to be able to enrich your land with NFTs, being able to build content on it, being able to sell content that will be produced and shown in your land through the marketplace. And the last phase will be essentially related to building the games, building the experiences that visitors, users, players will be able to engage with in your land, such as houses, museums, art galleries, games, events, live concerts, virtual shows, more. Like so many possibilities, all lie with you. And we'll show as well how this opening will be happening. Now I'll leave Thibaut present the create part.
Thank you, Sebastien. So hi everyone, my name is Thibaut. I'm the head of art inside the Sandbox. And that means that I'm in charge of the art consistency and many visual aspects of the game. So let me show you a quick video showcasing our recent improvements. If you don't mind, yeah, launching this. Okay, so lately in the Sandbox, we've been through a lot of improvements in terms of visuals and gameplay. And for the alpha launch, we're featuring a whole RPG metaverse starring, as you may know, the 3 factions that have their own lore and a rich background. And of course, as this is both solo and multiplayer, everyone can bring their friends and start exploring the lands together. So we already have a lot of experiences that are ready to play, and we keep on adding more like every day. Of course, the community will be able to play with our game making tools as well. That means that any players and creator can imagine and fully customize their own game. We're not only providing a backstory for players here, but we are also aiming to host our community games inside the existing lands. And of course, the process of creation is quite easy and keep on improving. Like the workflow is simple. Our ecosystem supports a creative suite where you can create and customize your very own assets using the free VoxEdit tool that is provided. And you just have to tweak, bend, and adjust your voxel art at will. So this will be pushed on our huge asset database, where players will be able to buy and use the NFTs to customize their land, as it's shown here. This is a very important part of the game, where people can terraform, decorate, and create stories in the land. So you can create whole stories or just decorate your own house if you want to. Of course, we are providing many experiences within a whole consistent metaverse where people will be able to walk, discuss, interact, and meet people. We'll have lounges for everyone where players will be able to just chill or decide which experience they'll be playing next. And as you can see here, we made it convenient to players to walk across the metaverse using roads to reach lands with a whole transportation system that is being crafted and improved as we speak. The main hub will be the place where you'll start your journey in the metaverse with portals linked to experiences. And those experiences will be playable within your lands, both in solo and multiplayer. And the workflow within the game maker is quite simple as well. You will just have to terraform your land using basic blocks. And once the terraforming is done, you can just place your assets and you're good to go. We already have a lot of free, basic, and premium NFTs as well to buy. So in order to populate your lands and make them stand out. As you can see, we also improved our fight features, among with many of the things in the game. Another huge part that was awaited by the community is the ability to add and display both internal and external NFTs to the land. So you can now add a link to almost any kind of external 2D NFTs inside a brand new museum template that will be providing to the players if you want to be ready in a click within your land. So of course you can build your own museum or even your own house and start showcasing your NFTs in it. Those experiences can be easily switched to multiplayer, so everyone can join and discover them. And you'll even be able to link those NFTs and add additional infos as well. And of course, NFTs can be external, like 2Ds, or internal, like our inside 3D assets. And our game will allow you to display both of them inside the metaverse. So I hope you will enjoy this as much as we do. Thank you so much.
Whoa, that looked amazing. I don't know what you thought about it, but that's the first time I saw some of those contents, and I'm just, wow, I'm blown away. So, all right, let's get back to our presentation. Everyone can see it here. What? Here. All right. All right, so thank you so much, Thibaut, for this presentation of the Create part that gave a great overview of the different tools that support the creation of high-quality content, games, and experience in Sandbox. We also touched on about the NFT aspect. The content you will be making will be able to be sold as well. And I'm just can't wait to play in some of those social lounges and hubs. Like we'll be networking there and be very, very exciting. Now, let's talk about the play side of the Sandbox. And to do that, I'd like to welcome Bush to the stage.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm Bush, the product owner on the Sandbox, working on the ecosystem to make it a global success for everyone here. We're going to talk today about the next step in the release, which is going to be the Sandbox Alpha. We are disclosing the very first step, which is called the Explorers. So the alpha is going to take place on the very first playable part of the metaverse. This is going to be located in the Sandbox estate in the center on the map and going to be hosted on a 12 by 12 areas, making it span across 144 lands. So it will be a bit more than 40 different experiences to play, ranging from social experiences, lounges, different kind of creations, and RPG elements. So this is going to be a first access that is going to be for you landowners. We want to give you access to this alpha to be able to test and to play the content that we created with the tools that will soon be completely yours. And in addition to that, we are creating a simple event system that is going to be a way to win 1,000 sand upon participation into this event. So we are bringing a concept that is called the season pass, and this will allow us and you soon to create some monetization and some reward schemes for players. So the idea is to define a certain amount of rewards that will be distributed to players upon completion of objectives. And our main objective here being to complete the alpha with an reward of 1,000 sand plus 7 exclusive NFT. As you can see, the NFT here are different types. You can see the Sandbox shirt, which is going to be a wearable to customize your avatar, equipment that is going to be enabling extra attributes and extra skills inside of the game experience, and entities, which are going to be used to customize and to upgrade the experiences. So we are going to go through a bit of the different features that we are bringing to the map. And every time we are going to see what we meant with them. So what's our current objective and what is the objective for the future with you? So the first one being the season pass. As we briefly discussed, it is a progression system that is going to implement the very first steps of the play to earn for the player base. So you will be able to create different kind of events with NFT and send rewards. In the current implementation, this is the way you are going to be able to claim the rewards at the end of the alpha. This is the future framework for you to build events. We're also bringing a bit of teasing experience into the metaverse. So this is done through a possibility to include daily reveal or at least time schedule reveal, let's say, into your events and experiences, so that you can give a sense of teasing and showcase work and showcase new experiences and new games inside your universe. There are quite a bit of improvement regarding the avatar. One big piece of the metaverse is that we want to make the avatar the center of your experience. This is your window of expression. This is who you are inside the metaverse. So we implemented a few new features, like the ability to tweak the colors on the different parts, on the different wearables, so that you can change how you look and multiply the possibilities for any user. And of course, we are bringing the concept of wearable NFT. So from now on, any creator is going to be able to create custom and different wearables that can be unique or distributed across your players, or that you could place on the marketplace if you wish so. We're also bringing a new and reward version of the experience page, which is going to be in time your main interface with your experiences across the metaverse. The idea is to start a page that will allow you to showcase and to present your different kind of experiences and lands with interactions with your community and the ability to grow with them. And last but not least, we have been creating parts of this milestone has been a lot of improvement towards the gameplay and towards the way the avatar evolves inside of the world. We want to keep improving on that side and making it as smooth and as diverse as possible to give you more ways to interact with your surroundings and with the different elements that you can find. So at the moment, this is a lot of gameplay improvements, parts of the adventure mode that we are creating for the games. But we're also planning on many improvements more oriented towards social interaction. Yeah, so new ways to socialize and new ways to explore lands as well. And last but not least, we are firmly believing that the metaverse is first and foremost a social place. So we want to give it more and more interactions between the players. And that starts with a new chat system that will give more context to the discussion between players within the client, and to be able to communicate between different experiences as well across the metaverse. And this also, of course, goes through emotes. This is something that is giving a lot of options for players to communicate. And we believe that the metaverse is going to be a place where we highly want to let players and creators communicate together by creating emotes and by allowing this tool of expression for the players.
So wait, before we jump into the Metaverse roadmap, I'd like thank you, Bush, for presenting us some of those very exciting features on the play side. And I want to just take a moment, because from what you showed us today, I understand that we'll have more fun, more immersion, more customization of your avatar, more animation for your avatar in social modes. And also, we have NFT wearables that you can buy for your avatar, and then you can use as a system to access lands for all landowners. Is that right? Well, I think that's going to inspire a lot of our landowners today, and I hope you already start to see the possibilities behind with this system. All right, now it's time to talk about the roadmap. Let's welcome Marcus to the stage.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Marcus Blesche. I'm the marketing director at the Sandbox. So I have the honor to talk a little bit more about the roadmap, a little bit more about our community, about all of you, and what's going to come in the next few months, as well as for the remainder of the year and beyond. So I hope you're all excited to find out more about what is on our plan and what the team has been working on over the last couple of weeks, months, and it's going to work on over the next couple of months. Before you get into the gritty roadmap and giving you all the goods, there's of course an important step that we are very proud to share, which is talking about you, our community, which is consisting of really like over 150,000 sand holders. Like we are almost like 200,000 accounts strong, which is something for a project that is where the playable version is not yet live. I'm going to talk about this on the next slide. It's a tremendous achievement and something that we are really proud of, because it's thanks to everyone that's watching and a lot of more people that actually we have the honor to talk here today. So in this case, thank you all of you. And also, like, thanks to our latest land sale that Sebastien at the beginning talked, we now a community of landowners that is over 6,000 landowners strong. Like, this is really, it's a number of unique landowners that are there from the beginning. The first land sale happened over 1 year ago and is now like in this week. And it's something that we are very proud of. It's a community that keeps growing and is really getting more and more traction. And we are excited to talk more about what you will be able to do on your lands, and what is in the roadmap as well for the game maker and VoxEdit as long as the client. Below you can see, if you don't follow us on Twitter yet, on Discord or on Telegram, feel free to join our channels there and to stay up to date with the latest information. All right. So here we're going to talk about the landowner roadmap or the roadmap for the product in general. I want to make a short disclaimer that this feature list is not exclusive. So there are a lot of features that are happening under the hood. There's a lot of improvements that we are working on that are not visible to the naked eye, and that is not something that we openly communicate on. However, the biggest milestone that is going to come up and is in the immediate future is going to be the alpha launch, which right now we're aiming for the second half of May, and which will give everyone the opportunity to try and play and experience the Sandbox on his own, as well as introducing the first play to earn mechanics. As we move along and as the year progresses, we recently launched our marketplace, and we're going to, of course, improve working on the marketplace. We have a lot of artists that are part of our artist fund that are not yet featured, and we want to give them as well the exposure that they deserve for the hard work that they've done, and that the amazing assets that they're creating, really. And we have a very positive reception on the marketplace. We can see that on the NFTs, on the traffic that we see, and it's a great start to really provide content that is enriching lands and experiences. In the future, of course, we will also enable the NFTs of wearables and other features. And so this is only the first step in our marketplace. Highly connected to this, we're going to have an asset collection, which gives everyone the opportunity to have a certain set of NFTs that are in a theme or related to each other, and give the chance to collect them, to do something with them, to trade them with other players, or create collections themselves. And we'll also, as you might have seen in Thibaut's video, is that the display of internal NFTs is also something that we have on the first phase already available. And we're going to, of course, polish this to enable more and more type of external NFTs that can be shown inside the sandbox. So stay tuned for that. As the year progresses, we are quite certain or quite confident that we're going to have a better solution when it comes to transactions on the blockchain, which is we are in discussions, or we are in the works of having a layer 2 solution, which of course help us to become more eco-friendly, have the transactions in a better more optimized transaction, and make them just smoother for everyone involved. So we have a better experience for landowners, creators, and players when it comes to NFT interaction. As the product as well, like during this time, the product will be live, and we have more and more users in the world and in our metaverse, and interacting with each other and interacting with the brands. And we will have better tutorials, we have better features. Polishing will be ongoing, and also for this is important that you are like those that get access, get the chance to talk to us. Like we will have those meetings on a regular basis, and it's important for us that you tell us what you like, what you don't like, the direction, the features that you would like to see, if there's anything that you would like to have improved, or if there's something that you don't like at all, and tell us, or something that you really love, because that's also important for us, like to see that the features that we're working on day in and day out are well received by all of you. As well, in the second half of the year, you will be able to finally publish on your own lands. So this is an important milestone where you will be able to enrich the land NFTs that you already own or not yet own with game experiences that can be games, can be housing, can be social hubs, can be whatever you would like. Like our goal is really that you are completely free to do whatever you want on your land, and have like an amazing experience that engages your friends, your family, other players. And public asset minting is also planned for this, which means that we will give more opportunity for artists and creators to publish their NFTs and bring them to you, the landowners, or other members of the community. As we are approaching the end of the year 2021, there's going to be a lot of other features, and this, as I mentioned, this list is not exclusive. There's a lot of other things that unfortunately we can't talk about yet, because there's a lot of partners that are coming. There's a lot of other features that we're not ready yet to talk, but we're going to talk about them more in the coming weeks and months. But by the end of the year, you can expect that you will have a certain DeFi features on your land. You will be able to rent your land. Those of you actually who are landowners of multiple lands NFTs will be able to finally merge them. So if you have lands that are a bit spread out, you will be able to merge them, and we will give the opportunity to a wider audience to try the sandbox and explore the metaverse that we have been building over the last years. And NFT gating and public asset upgrades are also features that we're working on, and we're going to talk in more detail about those features once we have more information and more really concrete examples to show you. So this is really a sneak peek into what is coming. This is something that, this is the first time that we talk about this type of content on an external facing audience, and it's something that we're really proud of. And it just shows that there's a lot of key challenge that we have in building the metaverse, because it's not only a game experience, that it's really something that's bringing users, creators, artists, players, like really together in a level that is that we that hasn't been seen so far, and it's really something that we are proud of. And as the year progresses, the sandbox grows, the metaverse is there. There's going to be events. We're going to have decentralized play to earn. Finally, all lands will be sold, and there's also, of course, a question that comes up quite a lot is about mobile, and this is, of course, something that is on our roadmap. However, as for this year, the focus is to have a polished PC experience that can be enjoyed by everyone before we expand this to further and more audiences. So I hope that you are excited about this as much as we are, because that's like everyone in this chat, and actually everyone else that's watching that is from the Sandbox is quite nervous with displaying this slide, and it's really something that we are proud of, and we can't wait to show more about it and talk more about it. So thank you all for watching, and I think as a wrap up now we can proceed to the next slide and give everyone the opportunity to post their questions in the chat. And as a final word as well, like following this presentation, we will be sending a survey to everyone that is participating to this, and where we first of all we want to know like a little bit more about you and your goals with the lands or the NFTs that you own, and hear your thoughts about the kind of content that we are working on, that we show to you, and give you the opportunity to as well give feedback to us, like the team behind the Sandbox. Like there's a lot more faces than what you see here, and we really want to know more about the goals and the objectives that you have on an individual level. And of course, that's the little cherry on top, everyone will get 50 cents for completing this survey. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Marcus. A lot of great information have been posted here on this one slide. I think it's projecting the vision for Sandbox for essentially the whole 2021. And as you mentioned, we'll be in touch after today's stream by email, so we can get to know more about yourself as a landowner, about your project, and how we can keep refining and improving that roadmap based on your needs as well. So that is why it is so important for us to know better who you are, what you want to do in Sandbox, and establish a closer communication channel. We will probably organize those streams more regularly. We're aiming for once a quarter, or even better, once a month, if possible, if we have significant news to share with you. And also we'll be creating direct channels for the landowners to talk with our team. I already see a lot of questions coming up in the chat, so let's scroll through. I think, how are we on time? Yes, we have roughly half an hour ahead of us, I think, so that should give us a good time to answer all those questions. So starting with the first question, I'm going to display them on screen. We're going to read them, and then the person from the team who's the most able to answer it will go through. So let's start. The first question I saw is regarding if there will be any plans for VR down the road once everything is established. Can we imagine live virtual concerts? Bush, do you want to take this one?
Sure. So regarding the virtual concerts and virtual events in general manner of speaking, this is definitely something we are in the process of tackling at the moment. So we are building it, and we want to make it as interactive as possible. VR at the moment is not in the first iteration, because we want to have again the avatar metaverse, where your avatar is your representation of yourself in the metaverse. But it's not excluded. This is something that will ideally be super cool to be able to hop in as first person in VR and get into the world with other people.
Great. Thank you, Bush. Let's see the next question. Emotes are awesome. Great. We can't wait to see all of us doing those little dance, animation, waving, etc. And will emotes be NFTs? That's, I think, also a very interesting perspective. Bush again?
Yeah, sure. Yes, we do plan to have the emotes as NFT. Currently, we are building the emote system to be scalable enough and to offer the opportunity to create your own emotes. So yes, that is a big yes for the future.
Great. So you'll be able to design your own animation and everyone sell them, and then have people buy them to display them inside social session. All right, so our next question will be, my finger, Let's talk a little bit about sand and sand staking from Cyber Magician. So when are we going to introduce sand staking in Sandbox? Maybe Archer, do you want to take this one?
Sure. We are working to have this probably beginning of Q3. We definitely understand that DeFi gaming is as important as game fields, which means like we really want to enable landowners, sand owners, and any other profile to play the game on different level, including being able to get multipliers, staking sand, DAOs, and deciding features together, staking sand. Probably also we are working on some kind of Kickstarter-like features where like sand owners will be able to stake sand on lands to either help the project or enable more reward on the landowner where they will stake it. We also have, I don't know if some of you may be familiar with Gem and Catalyst. There is a Medium article on our Medium, but the way you're going to be able to get Gem will also be related to sand staking. And the question was like, and maybe Seth, you can just answer this one about when you will be able just to stake sand to get more sand.
So sand staking, I think, will be directly without the Uniswap sand ETH pair. I think we'll be aiming towards between Q3 and Q4 on the roadmap, which, yeah, I'll bring back on screen. But yeah, we've heard already quite some exciting things coming down the road as well from Archer. So it will be very interesting as well on the DeFi and the staking side. The next question from GatRaps: when are audio tools going to be introduced? Audio is key for immersion. Bush, quickly.
Sure. Audio is going to be part of the next iteration of the Game Maker. We currently have some features already allowing to tweak a bit of audio, but we want to expand it to give more ways for you to bring your very own audio into the game.
Excellent. Moving to the next question up. As a landowner, when can I upload my own asset to my land without being an approved creator? Is that what is planned for Q3, or will it be possible for alpha launch? This is a question from Anthony Tori. I guess I can answer this one. So yes, we are progressively opening more and more the possibility to upload your own asset and use them directly. Typically, as part of the game jam, we've now opened it. So you just need to ask a moderator and they will whitelist your account. And I'm pushing it so that within a few weeks, everyone can just upload their asset without any more moderation or validation, and then you can play around with your NFT straight up. So definitely, we want to accelerate this. We understood it was a limitation, and we are working to just open it for everyone. The next one, again from Anthony: how can you explain land merging more? I guess I'll get back to Bush.
Yep, so the land merging is going to be the possibility for landowners to merge or to split lands, to be able to create bigger parcels from single parcels. You will need to, of course, follow a few rules, such as they need to be adjacent, but you will be able to merge them into estates, basically.
Excellent. And I think also it's part of the plan to move to layer 2 that also will make it more efficient as well. So that's one of the reasons we've been holding on it. All right, next question. Let's scroll down a little bit. So some topics we already talked about. Yes, but one question I think really interesting. We are going deep into gameplay and game mechanics here. So from Nate Koknik, how can we level up Battle Pass? Approximately, how much sand will the Battle Pass cost? How long will the seasons be? And I will give it to Bush again.
So the Battle Pass is a bit different from traditional Battle Pass in the sense that you don't pay to get the Battle Pass, but in the end, you will stake or need to own a specific NFT. So you will be able to level up the Battle Pass by playing the content or actually performing any actions on the ecosystem. Regarding the ability to level it up in different tiers, it will be linked to staking. So the more you engage with the ecosystem, the more rewards you can reap. And regarding the length of the season, we will have different tests about this. And ultimately, we will have very different models for the seasons, as some of them will be created by us, but a lot of them are going to be created by you.
And I think that's a good transition to like how we are moving from the opening, the launch of this alpha season, where it starts in the center of the map, and what's come next.
You want me to take that one too?
Yes, go ahead.
When the game opens, we will have the players first sent to the center of the metaverse, yes. But then you will have different ways to transport inside of the metaverse and be redirected towards far-off destinations.
Excellent. All right, so a few more questions coming up. It's great. It's a very interactive conversation. We hope that you learn a lot. Here, thank you from Touche Studios. Thank you for the presentation. It's great to hear so much support and development plans. Yes, keep the community in the loop. Is incredible. Great job, Sandbox team. Thank you. Well, we hope that you like this format. We'll keep doing it as mentioned. Thank you for the kind word as well. All of this is very exciting. I can't say more than that. All right, all right, that's another question. What from Remigio from Italy, one creator from Italy. What if I have different lands both in different zones of the map? Will I be able to still merge them? I will give it to Bush. I think he's going to talk about the transport system now.
So technically speaking, if we look into the actual merge that will allow you to make an estate, no, you won't be able to merge lands in different spots. So you need to find a way to regroup them or to maybe trade with someone else if you want to build a bigger spot. But you will have possibilities to create transportation systems across your different lands, giving your users a way to navigate between your experiences.
Okay. All right, let's talk a bit about multiplayer. So a question from James Hallett. What form of in-game voice communication will be available? For example, Discord, TeamSpeak, etc. I'll take this one. For the moment, we are only going to go with text-based communication. Essentially, from Sandbox, we're not integrating internal voice. But as you say, like if you want to have like live voice, you can just rely on the external product like Discord or TeamSpeak and set your own. Ta-da-da. What do you think? There's a question here I see from Tantango. What do you think the demographics of the player will be? What are the teams' plan to bring those players into the game? And that's a question I'll give to Marcus.
Yes, so actually, great question. One of the things that we're already seeing, or aspects that we're already seeing, is a good confirmation of what we're also trying to achieve, is that we don't have really a user audience that could be put as a one audience only that is interested into the sandbox. We are seeing a lot of creators using VoxEdit, our NFT creation tool, as well as game creators that are playing around with Game Maker and participating in our game jams and just want to create experiences to be enjoyed by other members of the metaverse. And we are, of course, due to the nature of the blockchain, we have a very strong crypto community, and is something that helped us initially to get a lot of traction on this space. However, as also has been mentioned, like at the core of everything, we are trying to build a social platform where you can play games, create NFTs, and be together. This is if you're an NFT enthusiast, if you want to collect NFTs, if you want to create NFTs, if you really want to do whatever you can imagine, you should be able to do that in the sandbox. So To answer the question concretely, to date, I think we have the biggest chunk is really crypto enthusiasts as well as creators. But as the project matures, as we will go into the alpha and beta, we will see more users that are really interested into explaining and experiencing the sandbox.
Thank you, Marcus. And let's get another question from you as you're already on the main screen. I see a question here from Kimchi100. Is there more special value of premium land? The asset value seems to have already fallen a lot.
So the first question is good. The second question, I'm not sure I agree with, because we still see that there's a lot of value on premium lands, just to the chance to have unique NFTs that are relevant and that are created together with brands that we are engaging with in certain land sales. So of course, as we are evaluating this and we're looking how can we give more value to premium land, or what could be done for premium lands, there is no clear answer that we could give right now, because it's a little bit too early on our side, on our end. But there are some experience or some ideas that we have around tying different aspects of the metaverse or content to premium lands to make them really more valuable. And but I don't agree that the asset value has fallen a lot. In the contrary, and we've talked about this at the beginning of the slides. But we are looking into other ways as well, and additional ways to give value to premium, so they really feel premium. This could be maybe specific biomes, specific NFTs, game or asset creation features. It really goes into this direction. But we don't have a answer yet. So this will be something also one of the questions that we'd like to have answered during our the questionnaire that we will send afterwards. So please let us know what you would like to see that makes a premium land premium.
Thank you, Marcus. All right, so as I was announcing in the chat, we'll be wrapping up soon, so we'll take the 2-3 last question. Let me see. Last question. I can take this one really quickly. Will it be possible to look for players' own NFTs outside of Sandbox assets? Thibaut already has made us a great demo of that, right?
Yeah, we have this inspect feature that allows people to inspect and look for other players' NFTs outside of Sandbox assets. And as you've seen in the video, you can link either 3D internal assets or any 2D external assets, as long as the website is whitelisted on our platform.
Excellent. I take this question from JP. Are you watching other metaverse projects such as Crypto Voxel, Decentraland, Somnium Space, etc.? Can you tell us some lessons you learned from this project and in which part CSB could do better? Arthur, perfect.
I can take.
Oof. Wait, Arthur, stop. You have a voice problem. You have a very robotic voice. All right, I guess I can take it then. Yes, we are watching them. Obviously, we are engaged. We are looking at it. I think one of the main takeaway we are seeing is essentially we're working to bring great creation tools and bringing fun and more engagement as one thing that we don't want to have this phenomenon of the empty world. Basically, the empty world is when you enter into a land and there's no other players to chat and interact with, and you walk around for a few minutes and you don't meet other users. We want to have more engagement. That's what will be driving you back into coming again into the platform, try again, discover new experiences. If I may compare it, it's a little bit like going to a shopping mall, but all the shops are just half open and there's no one in the venues. You're probably not going to come back again to shop at that location. And we hope that with this strategy of the public alpha opening, focusing on a certain number of land at the beginning, polishing those land and experience, offering a lot of activities, live ops in those hubs, we will avoid that effect and we'll be progressively opening the world so that there will be always content everywhere around.
Better now.
No, it doesn't sound. Maybe you want to disconnect and reconnect in the meantime. All right, let's see which other question. No, well, I didn't skip it on purpose, sorry. Mac, we're going to continue Mac support, obviously. So we just have been putting in a hold in the meantime because we were not satisfied by the performance of the Mac version and the quality of it. It's in our roadmap, PC and Mac. We're big Mac users ourselves, so in the team. So yes, it's still on our roadmap. Don't worry too much. All right. Yes, that's. I think it's an important takeaway, and that's why we organize this presentation to you. We are all in this together. You are contributing as much value, as much content as we are building the tools and the platform. So we want to involve you as early as possible to prepare, to be prepared, to create the content, to create the amazing experience, working closely hand in hand to make this place really an extra special place. And we're really thankful that you've taken the time today, this hour, to be with us, to listen to this presentation, to ask us those questions. We hope that we've been able to answer them really transparently as well. And yeah, I think it's time for wrapping up for today. Of course, that conversation doesn't stop now. As Marcus has mentioned, he will be sending in a couple of days this Q&A where we'll be able to learn more about yourself, your expectation. You will have the possibility to write in details what you want to do in Sandbox, your project, and tell us the thing that maybe you didn't come to mind yet during this presentation, or some question that you still have pending. Excellent. Thank you so much, everyone. We're really, really grateful to be that you are part of this journey with us. You're part of our community, and we hope to see you again very soon. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you again. Cheers.